Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the story of a pitcher whose rise from the baseball diamonds of Japan to the bright lights of Major League Baseball is nothing short of remarkable. A player defined by precision, poise, and pure excellence. This is the story of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, a generational talent whose journey from a teenage prodigy in Japan to one of the most sought-after arms in the world speaks to discipline, mastery, and the art of constant evolution. When you talk about pitchers who redefine what it means to command a baseball, Yamamoto's name immediately rises to the top. His delivery isn't just smooth, it's surgical. His control isn't just sharp, it's elite. Every pitch, every motion, every inning feels like a masterclass in balance and focus. But what makes his story so inspiring isn't just the numbers he's put up or the money his arm has earned him. It's the story of how he got there and the kind of mindset that has driven him every step of the way. Born on August 17, 1998, in Bizen, Okayama, Japan, Yoshinobu Yamamoto's love for baseball began early. Growing up in a baseball-obsessed culture that values precision and respect for the game, Yamamoto quickly stood out. But even as a young pitcher, what separated him wasn't just talent, it was discipline. He studied the game the way a scholar studies philosophy. He didn't just want to pitch. He wanted a perfect pitching. Every detail mattered. His arm angle, his release point, his rhythm, his breathing. By the time he entered high school, he already had the foundation of a professional. He joined Yoshida High School, where his skill began to draw national attention. Scouts saw something special, not just velocity or breaking stuff, but command. Yamamoto didn't overpower hitters the way some teenage pitchers do. He outthought them, outcrafted them. Every pitch had purpose. And while his size, standing around 5 feet 10 inches, made some scouts doubt his long-term potential, Yamamoto never let that define him. Instead, he used it as fuel. He knew that baseball wasn't a game of height, it was a game of heart. His professional journey began in 2017 when he was drafted by the Orix Buffaloes of Nippon Professional Baseball, NPB. At just 18 years old, Yamamoto entered a league filled with grown men. Veterans who'd spent years refining their craft. But he wasn't intimidated. He adjusted, he learned, and he worked. His rookie season wasn't perfect, but the glimpses were there. A devastating splitter, a looping curveball, and an understanding of how to make hitters uncomfortable. By his second and third seasons, those glimpses became dominance. From 2019 onward, Yoshinobu Yamamoto transformed into the ace of the Orix Buffaloes, and arguably, the best pitcher in all of Japan. His performances became the stuff of legend. His pitches were almost unfair, a mid to upper 90s fastball that rose late, a disappearing splitter that made hitters swing at air, and a curveball that could break at multiple planes. Every start became must-watch television. His mechanics were poetry in motion, compact, efficient, repeatable. His control was mesmerizing. He could put the ball on a dime, and the results spoke for themselves. In 2021, 2022, and 2023, Yamamoto won 3 consecutive AG Sawamura Awards, Japan's equivalent of the Cy Young. He led the NPB in ERA and strikeouts multiple times and guided Orix to back-to-back Japan Series appearances, including a championship in 2022. He threw no-hitters twice. He was a superstar, not just because of what he did, but how he did it, with humility, consistency, and mastery. What makes Yamamoto's dominance even more fascinating is his mental game. He's not an emotional roller coaster on the mound. He's a monk. Calm, composed, unreadable. He doesn't yell. He doesn't strut. He simply executes. Every pitch is part of a plan, every inning part of a puzzle. He's not pitching against hitters. He's pitching against expectations. And time and again, he wins that battle. By the time MLB teams began preparing for his arrival, Yamamoto had already achieved nearly everything there was to achieve in Japan. Scouts across the United States raved about his command and compared his precision to that of Greg Maddox, but with modern velocity. Others likened his splitter to the one Shohei Ohtani made famous. What made him irresistible wasn't just the stats, it was the consistency. He didn't have bad seasons. He didn't even have bad months. Every outing looked the same, composed, clean, dominant. When Yamamoto was officially posted for MLB bidding in 2023, the baseball world went into a frenzy. Nearly every major team expressed interest, The Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Giants, Red Sox, you name it. He wasn't just the next big arm from Japan, he was the arm. Scouts and analysts saw him as a generational pitcher capable of reshaping rotations for the next decade. Ultimately, it was the Los Angeles Dodgers who won the race, signing Yamamoto to a historic 12-year, $325 million contract, the largest deal ever given to a pitcher at the time. That number said it all. Yamamoto wasn't just joining Major League Baseball. He was coming to redefine it. The Dodgers didn't see him as a gamble. They saw him as the cornerstone of the future. But what's remarkable about Yamamoto is how grounded he's remained through it all. Fame hasn't changed him. Money hasn't distracted him. He still approaches the game the same way he did when he was a teenager, with respect, focus, and relentless curiosity. He studies film for hours. He works on mechanics until they feel instinctive. He obsesses over release angles, pitch grips, and the fine details that separate great pitchers from the immortal ones. His first MLB season brought challenges, as every adjustment period does. Different mound heights, new baseballs, longer schedules, bigger travel demands. But Yamamoto approached it the same way he approaches everything, with composure and learning. Even in tough outings, he never lost his poise. His strikeout-to-walk ratios, his ability to limit hard contact, and his efficiency all showed that once the adjustment phase passes, the dominance would return, and it has, step by step. What sets Yamamoto apart, though, isn't just the numbers. It's how he represents a bridge between baseball cultures, between the meticulous discipline of Japan and the explosive athleticism of MLB. He carries with him the legacy of Japanese pitchers who came before, from Hideo Nomo to Daisuke Matsuzuka, Yu Darvish, and Shohei Ohtani, but he's not trying to imitate them. He's writing his own chapter, one built on precision rather than power, on control rather than chaos. There's an artistry to his game that reminds fans that baseball, at its core, is a craft. Watching him work through an inning is like watching a sculptor shape stone, patient, methodical, exact. His splitter falls like it's defying gravity. His fastball rides late and cuts through the zone like a laser. His curveball, with its slow, looping arc, freezes hitters in place. Everything he throws has purpose, and just as impressive as his skills is his attitude. Teammates describe Yamamoto as quiet but confident, humble but driven. He listens, learns, and leads by example. He doesn't boast about strikeouts or chase highlight moments. He values execution and team success above all else. That humility has earned him deep respect, not only in Japan, but across the MLB landscape. Yamamoto's journey reminds us that greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's found in silence, in focus, in repetition. He's a player who proves that mastery is born from consistency. The endless repetition of a single motion until it becomes second nature. The refusal to settle for good enough. The courage to face expectations that stretch across continents and meet them head-on with calm and confidence. As the years go on, Yoshinobu Yamamoto will no doubt continue to evolve. He's only in his mid-20s, still learning, still refining, still chasing perfection. His story is just beginning, and already it's one that inspires pitchers and dreamers around the world. From a small town in Japan to the mound of Dodger Stadium, his journey is proof that greatness doesn't come from shortcuts. It comes from discipline, humility, and a love for the craft that never fades. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this tribute to Yoshinobu Yamamoto, a pitcher whose journey captures the essence of mastery, determination, and cross-cultural greatness, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories about athletes redefining what it means to chase perfection.